Good evening and welcome. Welcome to my live stream, Fight CPS, Stop Taking Our Children. I'm your host, Bob Pace. And it's a warm welcome. You found me on Facebook. Uh, there are 7 rooms on Facebook and one on YouTube. They'll link you to this channel. Now, I'm using a software application called SteamYard to broadcast on YouTube. I'm on twice a day. Uh, I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning, weekdays. And on the weekend, I'm on at 8 o'clock in the morning. In the evening, I'm usually on every time at 7 p.m., 7 days a week. But tonight, I have a family commitment. So right at 5 o'clock, I got to go. So I'm broadcasting earlier tonight at 4 p.m. that I told everybody this morning show. I told some of you yesterday too. But we have an entity called CPS that I call the Child Protection System, abbreviated CPS. It's a government entity that was created in '62 by an act of Congress that social service would get a group of social workers and protect our family from neglect and abuse, our children from neglect or abuse. Further, they're supposed to, if they need to take the children or break up the family, do family reunification because studies have shown the best people to raise our children are the biological parents. And maybe they need to go to some parenting classes or some programs such as a drug rehab or domestic violence. These parenting classes and programs will help the parent to get back on track. I'm not saying everybody's guilty. In fact, reports are made by 2 kinds of individuals. The first one is the lay reporters. These are people that are your day to day people, they're your neighbors, your in laws, your family members, people that are day to day, like the guy at the grocery store. Now, um, I really um, want to help you here. I do have to give you some housekeeping things. One of them is a disclaimer. This show is not legal advice. I'm not here as an attorney. This is for educational purposes only. Um, I just didn't want anybody um, to know offhand, but we do have a legal advice can come from attorney Vincent W. Davis. You can call him at 888-888-6582. And um, that's what's going across the bottom of my screen. Now, when you call into that number, and I have the number posted there in red and white, you're going to reach the law offices. Make sure you tell reception that Bob Pace sent you and ask for Mr. Davis. Now, he has programs that for $10, he can do a private chat with you. For $15, he can do a private phone call with you. And for $25, you can be on his live stream for 30 minutes. All you have to do is send your money to either Cash App, Apple Pay, or Zella. Put in his number 310-308-7758. And there you go. And when you speak to Mr. Davis, again, tell him that Bob Pace sent you. But he is one person that's at the top of his field. He is educated and licensed and in the areas of juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. He's been doing this for 40 years. So he knows what he's doing. He's gotten back thousands of children. He's also a trial attorney. And when your case is over, he can do what's called a civil lawsuit against the agency for violating your constitutional rights or your civil rights. If they committed perjury in court, which my social worker did, you can sue them. You can sue them. So if you need legal advice or attorney representation, now Mr. Davis works out of anywhere in the United States. His primary location is in LA County. He works out of Arcadia. That's his office. Typically, his retention is $5,000 for LA County. That's approximate. His hourly rate is $500. Again, that's approximate. Depending on how complex your case is and how long the case been going on, we determine his retainer and his hourly rate. He's more than fair. Attorney fees run from anywhere from $200 to $1,000. So he will go in any state, any part of California. He has cases right now in Riverside, San Bernardino. He has LA County, Orange County, Santa Barbara County, um, Ventura County, Kern County. He'll go up to Northern California and you go to other states. Now, the fees vary when he goes traveling because he's got the airfare to get there, and then he's got the ground transportation when he gets there. Then he's got the hotel accommodations and food. Furthermore, he has to obtain a license to practice in that state. I gave a quote the other day to a couple in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. It was 125. I gave another quote to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and again was 125. So I think that is the high end, but the low end could be 50,000, 35. It all depends on your case. So anyway, that's enough to talk about having him as your attorney. Now, to text a message, I would like you all to make it either a question or comment. And it's about CPS. We're in this room to talk about CPS. We're not in here to be political. We're not here to talk about politics. I know sometimes it's hard not to, and how bad that CPS is. There's a lot going on in this world, but I'm trying to be focused to help you. There's no wrong question in here. If you ask me a question, I can help you. I've been married now for over 43 years. I've also have 61 years of working in life skills, so I can help you. I have a lot of experience. I've talked to over 2,800 people from 24 countries, starting in Indonesia to Bangladesh to India, then to the Middle East to Saudi Arabia and Iraq and Libya, then to the continent of Africa, to Liberia, to Sudan, to Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, and to the uh, uh, South Africa country and its provinces. Then you go up to Europe, it's the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, and Wales. Then you go and you got Denmark and Sweden. They've all talked to me, either by phone call or texting. You go across the pond to North America. It's Canada in its provinces. And of course, it's the United States. And all the states have either texted or called in, including Washington, D.C. Now, I've heard from south of border Mexico. And then in South America, I've heard from a country north of Brazil on the East Coast called Grenada. Then we go across the South Pacific, and I've heard from New Zealand, and the land down under Australia and its states. So that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people I'm telling you about. And I certainly, you know, want to see you um, and help you through your time of need. That's why I'm here. I too am a victim of CPS. Um, I am too. I'm going to change the banner now to talk about how to be a guest. Please read it. That's my email. And it's been a horrendous case for me. I've lost my forever home by quick selling it to get money to hire an attorney. And I lost one of my children. In the end, the social worker took revenge and coerced her to um, divorce us parents. It was sad. It was sad. So I've been fighting him for 15 years. And for the last 25 months, I've been fighting him on this show, this live stream, helping you all resolve and solve your issues. Helping you all resolve and solve your issues. Now, what I'm doing is I was checking out why there's a pause is that I go to the internet to check out topics that I've highlighted and read them through there. Now, the guest is simple. You just email me. You pick one of my shows, on Bob's Sunday morning show or Bob's Friday night show, and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. You'll get a link from my show producer, Grace. They'll get you on there. If you get knocked off, reuse the link. It's good for the whole show. And the rules are simple. There's no profanity, no eating or smoking on the show. We do not use the names of children, judges, or social workers, and we try to get along with each other. We don't want politics in the room, and we certainly don't. We want to treat each other with respect. Now, I want to say welcome to Linda Johnson. And you say defund CPS. Well, I don't know if that is going to be a good thing. There's 1,000 children every day that need CPS. I don't want to get rid of CPS. What I want to do is correct their behavior, correct their structure, to redo CPS so that they do treat families with respect and children, and they do family reunification. They're not doing it 50% of the time. They're not getting it right. Also, Linda, where are you from? Where are you from? Now I'm going to put my number up, which means you can call me now. My number is 626 698 0990. And I love to hear from you. I want to make sure my phone is set up for you to come through. Yeah, it's set up for Wi Fi. Okay. Okay. Um, we already have some emojis. Thank you, Linda Johnson and Donna Yano Sky. Donna's been doing that for a long time. Thank you, Donna Yano Sky. And Linda Johnson gave me thumbs up. You can do other emojis like smiley faces. You can send me stars, or you can send me hearts. There's lots of emojis you can pick from. Please check the review button to follow me and review me. Also, if you want to be notified, check the notification. Those are other things you can do to interact in this live stream. I have a message running at the bottom that tells how much certain fees are with my attorney, Vincent Davis. I've also put on of how to text a message and how to be a guest. Right now, I'm open for phone calls. I'm open for phone calls. Now, this being early in the afternoon or early evening, it may be a little slow here, but I've developed 5 rules that I have learned over the last 15 months. I've been fighting CPS. And I want you to know it's a very difficult agency. But I have a lot of life skills to help you. One of the life skills that people forget about is getting legal insurance for this kind of case. If you have a DUI and you need to take care of a family member, do you have legal insurance? If you don't, it's going to be very costly. The same thing is with the child protection system. Legal insurance available with some that may have a deductible, some that don't have a deductible. I think you have a deductible, the lower the premium is. But you can search the internet for legal insurance. They have pet insurance, they have car insurance, they have life insurance. So they have legal insurance. You just got to search for it. You got to search for it. Okay. It seems like we got one person who's Linda, but I haven't heard where she's from. And all she said so far in the last half an hour is defund. What do you mean defund CPS? What has happened in your case? Can you tell me a short story or ask me a question? We have Linda in the house, and I just was trying to find out where you might be from, Linda. You're all welcome to speak in here, and I warmly welcome you. Cute. Well, we have a half an hour left of my show. I do have to end the show at 4 or 5 o'clock because I do have a family commitment. I got to leave at 5. So hopefully, uh, um, you guys will have some questions or be able to talk on my live stream. I don't bite, but I have a good knowledge and a good problem solving of your CPS case. I've developed 5 rules to go by. Real quickly, rule 1 is get an attorney. Rule 2 is document. Rule 3 is say no to social workers. Rule 4 is how to use the internet. Rule 5 is to make copies of important documents. Now, I gave that really quick. In a lot of my live streams, I go in depth about that. Now, for a lot of you, your children may have automatically been taken. Your home is automatic search. Why? Because one of the common mistakes that most people make is they answer the door. Even though we as parents teach our children not to answer doors to strangers or talk to strangers, we somehow are all excited about opening that door, and then in walks the social worker along with usually she's in tow with the local police. Now the police are there to protect the social worker, not for intimidation, but they use them for intimidation. So that's one of the mistakes you make is let them in the front door. Remember, your home is your castle, and you certainly don't want to. Now, not only are you supposed to not let them in the door, you're supposed to be quiet. If they don't hear anything, they won't keep banging on the door. And usually, a stranger is bad news. It could be the guy that wants to sell you a religious document or talk to you about religion, or it could be um, a policeman mistakenly thinking there's domestic violence going on, and he'll shoot you as soon as you open the door and kill you. That's happened to a young black man, a U.S. Air Force black man in Gainesville, Florida, where the police came and had the wrong apartment and knocked on the door. And when the black airman opened the door, he shot him, killed him right there on the spot. He was dying on FaceTime with his fiance. I don't know how I can emphasize don't answer the door. You don't have to. There's only three ways they can come in. One, if you give them permission or some other family member does. So you got to make sure your family's on the same page about opening the door. Two, they hear noise of a child being injured or a big fight happening or someone's getting hurt. They're going to break in. And three, they got to have a warrant. But in order to have the warrant, they got to show it to you. If you don't answer the door, you don't see it. Now, if you encounter them outside and the first thing you need to ask them, or when they ask you, you say, is this regarding a legal matter? If they say, yes, it is, you say, well, I need my attorney present. Your constitutional rights is through all aspects of your accusation there by CPS. You're supposed to be represented by a lawyer, an attorney. So that's important too. That's important too. But too many people make mistake and let them in. Now the police are coming along that social work uses as intimidation. They're always supposed to protect. They're not supposed to enforce CPS rules, but they certainly are terrible for intimidation. Now, if you happen to be outside and have a warrant and you look at the warrant, it looks legit, then yes, you have to let them in. But if you don't open the door, you don't see the warrant, and you got some time to get a judge to prepare because this is going to be the worstest nightmare. It's going to be the worstest nightmare you ever experience. Well, I don't know where all our people are. Our regulars, I told them that I'd be on here at 4 o'clock. I know it's 3 hours earlier, but hopefully they have me checked for notifications and they'll know I'm on. Now, this warrant, it's very important. It's a real warrant. A lot of times, the police and the social workers use fake warrants. It's got to have a wet signature of the judge, and that wet signature has got to be notarized, meaning that it's got to be stamped. I don't mean, yeah, it's got to prove that's the real signature. So, what the clerk does is they'll hand stamp it, raise up the paper so that you feel ridges. Also, it's got to have the correct date. You have the date for the weekend or a holiday during the weekday, then it's a fake warrant. There should be also specific name who the warrant's to. It should name you, or if your wife is included, both of you, and should list the children and what you're charged with, negligence or abuse, or both of them. Um, Boy, oh boy, I wonder where Linda Johnson went. I hope I didn't chase you away, Linda. Okay, well, looks like we've got nobody in the room right now. This is strange. Hopefully, I'll wait here and someone will show up. Well, good evening. I see someone came in the room finally. We didn't have anybody for a while. Whoops, they left. I guess they pop in and out. We had Linda come in and talk about defunding CPS, but didn't tell me where she's from or ask any other questions. We've had two emojis. I want to thank them. I do want to help you here. We were talking about my rule number 3 and not answer the door. That's an important one. If they want to take your children, tell them no. They're not in danger. You need to tell them what danger are they in. They need to show that the children are in danger. That's why they have to take them. Now we have about 5 more minutes before I have to end the show. I end the show at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to take my phone number down since no one's talking and put in the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, the Department of Government Efficiency is an organization that was created. Now, this government efficiency is for you the contact if you're getting nowhere at the county level or at the state level. You first try to resolve your issues with the supervisor, then a manager, and then the director. Then you go to the county where you speak to the civil rights coordinator or the ombudsperson. If that doesn't work, then you go to the Department of Government Efficiency. They have a website and they have a number there, 202, which is area code for the White House. They have an email where you can send in your complaint or your problems you're having with CPS. It's an answer for you to what can be done because unless you have an attorney, you're in for a rough ride because the court appointed attorneys are exactly what the CPS wants you to take. They want you to have those attorneys because they work for them. They don't work for you, and they certainly won't fight for you. And they're over inundated with cases. They have between 30 and 100 cases. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the time is slowly clicking here. It is now 5 o'clock. So I got to go. I want to thank you all for listening tonight. I'll be on again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Please keep fighting for your children. Don't forget your children. God bless you. And this is Bob Pace going to be signing off. There's a brief video to watch. Please watch the video.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last